you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing today? Right, it's been about 2 weeks or 3 weeks now since I made a tutorial video. Right, so I'm making this video just as an update to the series I've started on how to follow the rules that I've actually given to you. All right, so before we commence, right, if you're a new subscriber, please kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel because trust me, I have so many quality informations to pass across to you that will really turn your trading career around. All right, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for the support and thank you for all what you have been doing. All right, let's get started now. In the previous video, right, concerning the order blocks and how to trade with the liquidity providers, right, I gave you 3 rules, right, to follow, right, and 3 simple rules for you to trade in line with the banks or institutional traders. And what are these 3 rules, right? Let's quickly go through them again, right? Sorry, right, just want to go through those trade, right? So the first one, right, I said, you should always trade, always get directional bias. The first thing is directional bias. What is your directional bias, right? You should get that right. And number 2, you should get, right, get a good, right, order block or supply and demand, right? That is what I said. And number 3, after you have actually gotten all these things, then go to the lower time frame to get your entry structure. Right, so these are the 3 rules, simple rules, just for you to trade in line with the banks, institutions, or the market maker or the liquidity providers. And these simple rules, if you can really adhere to it, right, I can promise you that almost every time, right, you will surely be taking, almost every week you will surely be smiling uh, 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 as a result of the result you have gotten. Then at the same time, I will tell you that these might not really give you the kind of win rate that you want, but at the same time, because of the RR that we have there, you can be rest assured that you are going to back it high in this particular market with these rules. Okay, so very quickly, now these are the 3 rules. I want you to write it down and follow it. So I don't want to waste your time, right? Because I really want to share with you the trades I took this week on gold, right, and maybe last week, just to show you how I took that trade too, and so that you'll be able to learn from it. Okay, let's quickly get into the idea. Now this is a setup I shared on my page, right? I share this particular setup on my special group, right? I shared it with them, right, so that they can also trade in line with me. So that is why I'm actually going to explain it now. So let's quickly go into that and show you where I picked that trade from. Right, so this is going to be the trade, right? This is a before chart and much more. Let me show you that, if I can actually have that here, right? And this was a before chart, as you can see this here, right? I was expecting to take an entry here. I'm going to show you the full picture of this. I was planning to take an entry here for me to target this high, as you can have it here. I want to target this high. At the same time, all this particular zone you can see here, the way my 1 minute time frame entry that I was looking at, right? And this is the 1 minute entry, right? I was really waiting to take entry on, right? This one has already been activated before I could really take the screenshot of this. Then I'm going to show you how this thing played out and how I follow the rules to really follow this process. So let me show you the major picture of this. So this is the main stuff that I actually got on the 20 minutes time frame. I can actually see a good zone, right? This was a before chart, and I'm going to explain it how I spot this particular market. All right, so quickly, I'm going to erase everything I have here. As you can see, these are the trades I took on this trade this week, right? I took this one, which is about, you can see the RR here is actually very high RR there than this one. Then at the same time, this particular sell did not hold. As you can see, our price just break through it and did not really work out. But I will surely explain to you the trade that work out so that you can also practice the same and see the success in it. All right, so let me just clear this off. So to start with, right, from the 4-hour time frame, this was a trade I took on this 4-hour trade, right? I saw this particular rejection zone, right? I marked this particular zone here so that I can actually trade from it. And what happened, I was able to take a 5 minutes entry trade on this. And how did I do this, right? I went to 1 hour time frame, on my 1 hour time frame, and basically on the 4 hour time frame, the directional bias is actually bearish. I can see the market is painting higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this particular zone, I chose it as a liquidity zone, that if markets can actually break through this particular area and come to this zone, then I want to be a seller. So as price actually comes to this, now you can see the before and after of this particular trade on my channel, right? It's on my Telegram channel. You're going to have it there, how I took a sell here. So basically I went to 1 hour time frame, right? I went to 1 hour time frame, and at the spot of another liquidity here, when price was taking out this particular high, so I went to 5 minutes time frame to justify my trade. So let me go back to the 1 hour time frame and just call it off, right? All right, I went to 1 hour time frame, so this is what I see. Then on the 5 minutes time frame, I began to watch this particular move and see what is going to happen. So that was really what I did. So I was expecting to see a break of market structure. As I can see, price is also accumulating higher. Then I also spot my 3-8 kind of pattern. We have 1, 2, all right, 3 right in here. Then price came back all the way down and break this structure. So basically, what am I looking out for? I am expected to start looking for a good zone that has an impulsive zone that breaks structure. So which makes me, right, to mark this particular zone as my trade, right? And at the same time, I refine this into 1 minute time frame. Now this is on my channel, right, a Telegram channel. If you are here to subscribe there, or if you are here to join me on the Telegram channel, you can do that immediately. So this was my trade. So my stop loss was above this particular high here. So I was targeting this particular area here. All right, that was the zone I was targeting, but before the end of the week, I have to take some profit at the next liquidity zone, so I would not just leave my trade to keep on running until the end of the week or whatsoever. So I have to, as price is actually going down, I'm also taking some kind of partial profit in this trade. So with this, as you can see, price actually activated that trade. Now if you go back to the 1 minute time frame, you will see this particular trade has been activated. Then definitely this trade was actually played out as price just continued to go down. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame so that it will be faster, right? So, and you can see, so price just gave me that kind of entry, right? So this particular week, right, what setup did I see as what I've just shown you in the market, this particular trade? How did I follow this in the 3 rules that I've actually given to you to trade with? And just like what I told you, as many of you that cannot really afford my mentorship, right, I have already made everything available for you to trade, right? I mean, all the rules. The only thing you're going to get in the mentorship is just guidance, right, and maybe additional things that you need to add to it so that you can have a very firm strategy to use. But trust me, right, everything is actually being provided for you here so that you can study it and actually make good money. So basically, I used 20 minutes time frame even after this one has actually been taken, and this was actually running until this particular zone, right, which was about 1 to 95 risk reward ratio. As that, you can see the stop loss was about 3.5 pips, right, and I already took partial anyway. So my risk, I'm always risking 0.25. I don't risk up to half a percent, right? I don't risk up to that. 0.25 is my risk. That's what I followed, and that is what I've been using. So you can if you have 1 to 95, you should be rest assured that that is not 95% of my account. No, that is not it, because I'm not risking up to 1% of my account, right, because of some losses and things like that. So anytime we win, right, we know that we're going to win big. So basically, right, I'm going to delete it because this is not the focus of this video, right? On the 20 minutes time frame, what did I see, right? I can see that price is definitely bullish. As you can see it here, price is definitely bullish. As look at what is happening here. So that's the first thing that will determine the directional bias, right? I can see that price is bullish. And another thing that I saw, right, just like the rules of other block I've given to you, I gave you 4 rules of other blocks, right? You can see other videos that I've made on other blogs so that you can actually understand what I'm trying to say. 4 rules. I said the block must take out liquidity, right? Surely this actually took out this liquidity, even though it's actually with a spike, right? Number 2, it had an impulsive move that break market structure. Definitely, we have break of market structure here. Then at the same time, if you go to 4-hour time frame, it broke the 4 hours time frame structure too. That particular movement. So that is number 2. So number 3, the candle engulfed. Number 4, it took out liquidity. Maybe I've actually mentioned that. I said number 1, it took out liquidity. Number 2, had an impulsive move that break market structure. And number 3, it engulfed, right? 20 minutes time frame. It engulfed, right? This candle engulfed or has a fair value gap or an imbalance in it, right? This is present here. And number 3, or number last one, it is rejecting on another order blocks. So this is what I saw, right? This particular price here is rejecting here, is rejecting on that order block. So that's the first thing I saw, right? That was the first thing I saw, right? It took out liquidity, had an impulsive move. So this made this particular zone to be of interest to me. Now I'm willing to be a seller on that particular trade. As you can see, this is the zone, right? I was willing to be, a buyer rather. It's already going to be a buyer. So basically, this is my trade, and I have to refine it here. And at the same time, I was expecting price to take out liquidity before approaching that zone. So I want this particular low to be taken right before price would get to my rejection zone. At the same time, there's something I called a pre-entry, right? This was taught to my special student. And if you're looking for the where I send my trade idea most of the time is with the special student, and the special student are the one that paid $2,500, right? So this actually made me to put it upon myself to share those trades I'm going to be taking with them, because they've actually paid much, so I should actually provide that opportunity for them. So if you really want to join, right, you can also participate in that group whereby I'm going to share all my signals with you, right? And it's actually $2,500. But at the same time, I share maybe the 4-hour time frame, not lower time frame, with the mentorship, which who are those people that paid 550. So the classes are open now, and you can also participate in all these groups, right? So you can either pay $550, right, but you are not going to have access to where I am sending all my signals to. But at the same time, you are going to have at least 3 signals or 3 setup that will be sent to the page. Then you can also pay $2,500, whereby you are going to have access to all my signals. All right. So let's go on with this. So with this particular movement here, right, I was expecting to take a pre-entry. So this made me to refine this particular zone, right? I did the kind of refinement. So I went to lower time frame just for me to pick a good zone from here, right? And that good zone was what I was willing, right? I just have to drop to lower time frame. So with this, I marked this particular zone as where I really want to buy that market from. So that was why you can see this pre-entry here. As you can see it here, that's why you can actually have this pre-entry here. So those are the things that I did, right? Let me go through this particular zone again, right? Let's just see how it's going to work out, right? So I already set my holder here. All right, I'm going to check the pricing so that I can actually be accurate of what I did there. So the entry was 1762.17. That was the entry point. That was what I was looking to trade from. So that was my entry. Then this was my stop loss also. Am I sure I'm actually marking the right thing here? All right, right, actually wrong, right? It was 1760.81, right? 1760.81. That was actually the entry I was looking to buy from, right? That was the entry I was willing to buy from. Then my target will be the previous zones that was created on the 15 minutes time frame, or maybe the higher time frame here. Let's see how this is going to play out here, right? That was my target there. Let me go to 1 hour time frame, right, just to mark this. So this was what I was targeting. But before then, right, this was when I got to the market. Let me play it out for you. All right. This was when I got to the market, when I saw what price is doing. I saw an equal low that was created. So I surely want this particular price action to be broken. So I was targeting this high as my target so that I can actually just write it up again, because I know that market structure is bullish, directional bias is bullish. So I was able to get the second rule, which is actually a good zone. So the last rule, which is you looking forward to get um looking forward to get a lower time frame entry. So in this particular case, I'm going to use 1 minute time frame as my lower time frame entry. So let's see what happened. Right, I actually took a loss on one of the 1 minute time frame that was formed. Right, I took a loss there, and this was it here. Now I was trying to really buy from here, but unfortunately this particular trade actually stopped me out. But at the same time, I got lucky. When this particular trade was activated, I got another kind of entry. So let's go to 1 minute time frame and see how I got that entry. So the first one was this area, and it was really a loss, right? It was a loss. So let's see how the second one actually played out, and I'm going to show you how I took that trade. So this entry was activated, right? There's my pre-entry, it was activated there, right? But actually the best kind of trade I always like to trade is it is the lower time frame entry, because it's going to give you high risk to reward ratio, right? To give you high risk to reward ratio. So let me quickly show you that 1 minute entry, right, which is actually the one that played out. So as you can see, this was it here. So this one wasn't clean enough, right? I'm going to show you here on the chart. This was it here. This was the zone I was willing to actually buy from again, right? So my entry was here, right, and my stop loss was below this particular area. So as you can see how we have it here, look at how we have it here. So my stop loss was around let me quickly do that, I mean calculate that. This was my entry, this around 61.34, 61.34. Let's quickly do that. Right, 61, last entry was 61.34. Then the stop loss was I guess is 81. 81 right here, right? So this was actually the zone I was trying to trade my target, my entry from. Then at the same time, my target will be on the 15 minutes time frame zone that we're actually expecting. That is actually my target, which gave me about 1 to 73 risk to reward ratio. Actually, it was more than this. I don't know, maybe because I'm actually explaining it here. So let's go back to see what really happened. That was my target. So I add another entry in which I'm going to show you that now. I had another entry, and this was it, a perfect one at that. So this particular candle took out liquidity. As you can see, reject on a block. It had an impulsive move that break market structure. And don't forget, this particular 1 minute time frame has already turned bullish at the same time. So this made me to also mark this particular zone as my second entry. Don't forget, the first one was already running, so I want to take a second entry so that I can actually book so much profit on this. So with this was my entry, and my stop loss was here. And don't forget, our target still remain the target on the higher time frame. All right, so let me just drag this. All right, this is actually still my target, which give me about 108. So this one is super correct, as you can see. So don't forget, now we are coming from the 15 minutes time frame. So as price is actually breaking all this high, I have to be taking partials, because I can't really see if price will get back to this area again. So the end result of it is going to be just a little lot size or little risk that I'll be risking to get to this zone. But at the same time, I think I'm still making money. So this is actually how I was able to catch this trade, and price just activate that trade and just continue to go higher. Let me quickly show you that how how that 1 minute entry was activated. How that 1 minute entry was activated, I don't know what's causing this. Right, let's wait for maybe it's my network. Right, this thing is very slow. So that was it anyway, and price just continue, right? And it was yesterday, right, which was on the 22nd of October, that price really got to the target I was waiting for. And this is just in a week, and you can actually trust me, assuming I was able to hold it to the end, you know how much RR I would have actually banked with that. You can see 1 minute entry was activated. So let's quickly go to 20 minutes time frame and see how this trade played out. So price retraces back, and well, I'm still going to make something on trade management. Many of us, we just think that we are looking for IRR. Now you are expecting price to just give you that long candle that will just get to your target. No, it doesn't happen that way. So price action will always work in zigzag. just like this, right? Sometimes we actually eat down into your entry point and just continue in this particular manner. So don't expect that you are going to just go up immediately and that is going to get your target in less than few minutes. No, this might actually take a whole lot of psychology before price will get to your target. Don't forget, we have three trades running here. All right, we have one here which is 1 to 14. We have one here 1 to 108. Then another one here 1 to 74 that is actually working for us. Right, so let's go to 1 hour time frame and see what's going to happen in 1 hour time frame. So and price just get to our target. So basically this is really just a simple things that you can just follow for you to get the best out of the market, just following the 3 rules I've given to you, and you can eat almost all of the time. Look at the first trade I gave you here for the sell. I was taking a sell, at the same time I was looking for a buy. So the sell was influenced by 4-hour direction, which was bearish, and the buy was influenced by 20 minutes direction, which was bearish. Which was actually bullish. And at the same time I was able to bank this. Just like what I told you, like this particular trade was shared with my students, including where they are going to take this kind of entry from, right? That is the screenshot I showed to you was what I shared. As you can see it here, this was what I shared with them so that they can also follow with this particular market. I hope you've learned from this. Now, if you have gained so much value from this, please click on the like button. And if you are yet to subscribe, please kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. Then also follow us on all our social media platforms, on Telegram, on Instagram, on YouTube here also, so that you can get as many values as possible that we actually releasing out to the public. And don't forget, the mentorship class is also opened, right? We have one class for $550, then we have another class for $2,500, right? This $2,500 is more of a one-on-one personal class that we are going to have with me. Then at the same time, we're going to have weekly one-on-one classes with you. Then at the same time, you're going to have access to my setups. Then the $550 is just right the pre-recorded videos they're going to study, then maybe weekly webinars also, not one-on-one, is just in group. Then at the same time, you're going to have at least 3 setups that will be sent to your page almost every week. All right, so guys, thank you for following, thank you for joining. Right, I will see you in the